Hey witches, welcome back to the channel. It's the Wyld Wytch here. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. So for this video, I want to share my pine cone spell fire starters. So these are really simple to make, and you're gonna need some wax, a candle wick, pine cones, something to melt your wax in, and then a cookie sheet or wax paper, paper plates, anything like that, so you can allow your pine cones to dry. Now I do these several different ways. Some I hang up in the house, some I put in a bowl, and put in the living room and in the kitchen, and then I do some as the fire starter, so I can burn in a ritual fire, or when I do a bonfire, and even to burn some in my cauldron if I'm wanting to use it as a or use it in a spell. So the first thing that you want to do is get your wax. Now you can use any kind of wax that you want. You can use like if you save your candle wax, you can use it. You can, like I said, use any kind. If you want to use soy, beeswax, paraffin, whatever, that's completely up to you. Now you're also, if you want it colored, like these, you're going to want some kind of coloring, unless you use a colored candle wax from a previous candle. You're going to want some kind of coloring, and you can use herbs and spices or anything like that to color your wax. You can use mica, which is what I have here. It's what I used for mine, is mica, and I'm going to show you the different colors that I have right now to show you different ones that I'm going to do. Now, if you are going to use it as a fire starter, then you want some candle wicks, or you can make your own. Like I didn't have any long enough. All my wick I've already pre-cut for candles, and so I wanted to do some long. So I have this hemp string, and then what I did was just dipped it in the wax before I added the real shimmery mica, when I just added the pigmented kind, and not really so much shimmer. I added a little bit of it, and then that way it's going to be just like a regular candle wick. So I went ahead and dipped that, and then just laid it out to dry. Now the first thing that you want to do is prime your candle, not your candle, you want to prime your pine cone. So that's why these already have colors. So what I do is, as soon as the wax melts, I just hold the pine cone and dip it in the wax, and then I set it here so it can dry. So, and I did that with both of these. Now I already have this one made just because of time. So as you can see, this is just like a little black one. Hold on, it's coming undone. Okay, so it's just it's black, and I use this for protection. And I've got to glue it. I normally super glue the top of it, and then I can hang it up wherever I want. I normally hang it above my altar, or I like to hang them by the front door, in the windowsill. I even like to hang one above the mirror. You can hang one above your child's door, like in the door frame. You can put it above their bed, like my son has a bunk bed, so it's really easy to just hang up, tie to the top bunk, like the underneath, and so it hangs just right over him. That works really good. So yeah, so this one I'll just leave it like it is, just black. Okay, now like I said, you can use these for whatever you want. Or what I do is I match whatever I'm trying to manifest. That's what I match. So for this one, I'm gonna do healing, and the reason I like blue is very healing to me. So I'm doing this right now because this time of year a lot of people get sick. A lot of people I know is starting to get colds and flu and stomach bugs and that kind of stuff. So I want to keep our family protected. So that's the reason I'm doing this blue one, and I'm going to put it in the living room, and then I'm going to do one for each bedroom and put one in there. And I'm also, for this healing one, I'm also going to put some ground up herbs that I use for healing, and for the healing purposes that I want to use them for. I'm going to add those herbs to this pine cone. So what we're going to do is we dip the pine cone one time, we set it and let it dry. Now it depends on you how many times that you want to do this. If you want a really thick layer, then you need to do it multiple times. If you want a really thin layer, you can do it, you know, just a couple of times. Like this one has been dipped one time, and so you can see it's pretty, you know, it's pretty green already. So it's completely up to you. So this one is going to be used as a fire starter. So I'm going to go ahead and take this, which is going to be my wick. I'm going to go ahead and take it, and starting at the bottom of your pine cone, you want to weave it between the scales. So that's all you're going to do, is just weave it around in between your scales. And I like to kind of push it, you know, in there a little bit. That way, whenever you add your paper, your petitions, you can add them in between the scales of the pine cones as well. And we're going to do that part last, the petitions. So, sorry, I guess I wasn't in camera very good. So see, I'm just weaving it in between the scales. Hold on, I need to come up here. Now you can tie this in a knot if you want to at the top here, so you can hold it whenever you're dipping it. And that's what I used to always do, was tie it in a knot. But now I kind of just weave it, through so it's sticking out on top. And I just hold it. You know, the top of the pine cone when I dip it. Now I also add essential oils to my wax whenever I make these, and you want to just add the essential oils that that are going to help with whatever you're trying to manifest. So you can correlate those essential oils, you know, for that. So if you're using, if you're doing one for, just say you're doing it for money, you could, you know, add patchouli or mint or cinnamon or chamomile or any of those that you associate with money. All right, so we've got our wick all threaded through the scales. Alright, so the next thing that we want to do is, now if you're adding essential oils, like I've already added my essential oils to the blend, so you want to make sure it's not above like 170 degrees, because you don't want all of your essential oils to evaporate. So you want to go ahead and add your essential oils and your coloring, you know, if you're adding any mica or coloring, whatever, you want to go ahead and add it now. As long as your wax is melted. So mine is already melted, and then I'm going to show you what they look like. So give me just a second and I'll show you. Okay, this is the blue. Look how cool it looks while it's heating up. And then here's the other. So that's it. Okay, let's get started dipping. I will show you what it looks like one time, to dip, and then I'm going to go off camera because this is going to take a while because I like to do lots of layers. So give me just a minute. Okay, I went ahead and tied a knot so it would be easier to show you guys so my arm's not completely in the way. So I'm going to show you what it looks like. So I just take the pine cone and I'm going to dip it in here. I swirl it just a little bit and then I let it drip. Alright, then I'm going to set it down and let that drip down. And I'm going to take my little blue one and I'm going to dip it as well. And then we'll go back to the green one. So for it, I just drop it in here. And I give it a little shake. And I pick it up and just lay it down to dry. So now I'm going to go back to my green one. And now I'm going to dip it upside down. And I swirl it a little bit. Flip it over and then I just set it down here for it to dry. As soon as I get it to how I want it, I will show you guys. So give me just a minute. Okay guys, here's the final product. Now the green one on the inside, it's still drying, but you can see it's really thick. I added, I don't even know how many layers, probably 20 different layers. Now here's the little blue one, and as you can see, I've put herbs in there that I associate with healing for this time of year, for the problems that affect people, you know, during this time of year. And I'm going to put this in a really cute dish and put in the living room. Now I'm going to take our names and I'm going to put on little petitions and I'm going to slip in here in between the scales. Now like I said earlier, you can do this for whatever you want. Yeah, this is it. I'm going to save this one. I'll see if I can, whenever I finish making some more, I'm going to see about lighting one for you guys. I don't know if I'm going to get around to it or not because I've got a couple of more videos to do as well, and I've got to hang this one up. So yeah, if you have any questions, make sure to comment down below. Until next time, I hope that you fly high, witches.